I wake up and sometimes my email box is just this wonderful collection of awesome emails. There's things going on. People are doing stuff. They're making it happen. Day woke up, it was all crisp outside, 52 wonderful chilly degrees. Can't wait till it gets colder. Insanely helpful stuff is below the video. Just click show more and you'll see what's for sale and what can help you. And then other times, the fuckery parade, just fuckery ducks marching left and right. This is the email I get all of the time. Hey, Glendon, how can I do XYZ, make $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 and not work that hard? Oh, by the way, please make this formatted in a one sentence answer or something like that. And I'm going to give you an answer. Start a business. That's an answer. It's a legitimate answer. You cannot, and let me repeat this, unless your daddy's rich or you're connected like a motherfucker, you are going to have to work hard. You're going to have to execute. You are going to have to do things that you currently are not doing to be successful. I get these emails. Tell me what you're doing. What's your secret? Okay. Today, I'm going to tell you what my secret is. July 17th, 2009, I made a decision to write a book. I drew up a plan and I did nothing else. Nothing else. When I met people, what do you do? I'm a writer. See, that creates accountability. When you tell people you're a writer, and in the beginning, I felt like shit because I didn't have anything produced. It's like, well, I'm working on it. Everyone has heard that story. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. It's, so my goal was, more importantly, to get the book done, to say that I'm a writer with a published book. I did nothing else. I actually worked myself into the hospital with this process. That's how hard I was working. 12, 18, 20 hours a day. Couldn't write that fast, would get headaches, would be just staring there at the keyboard. These words are scaring me. That went on for a long time. I remember one day it took me 13 hours to write 500 words. I'm embarrassed. I can do that in 10 minutes now. And they'll be good. Later on, they'll be great, after I polish it up. But it's a process. Now, this is the thing. And, when I say that, people get mad. So-and-so's not doing that. Or on this website, they're not doing that. I'm going to say, without saying names, that a lot of people online are full of bullshit. There are many people who think that I'm full of shit. But unlike some of these other people, when you go Google me, you can go to Amazon, you see books, you see conversations, you see articles written about me, you see 1,140 videos. I have a track record. Whether you like me or not, there's a track record. There's things. I have good reviews, bad reviews. But the thing is, there's evidence of work, effort, and what I say to be true. There's something you can research. Typically, and that right there is to the core of what I'm saying here. There are many people who cannot fathom working that hard. They just can't. It just doesn't click. It doesn't click. They just don't want to work that hard. Just is like, no, there's got to be something else. Well, Glendon found a storage unit full of cash. Well, I will tell you a story real quick. I did find a storage unit with a lot of money in it. It's true. I'm not telling you how much, but it blew my mind, and I was just shocked that someone would leave that. And the thing is, I know where it came from. I know who used to have it. And it's shocking that someone left that kind of money in a storage unit. It was just crazy. It was just beyond understanding at that point, before I understood the psychology of how people stored stuff. But the truth of the matter is, I singularly dedicated myself to one thing for a very long time. And now There are people who come on who want to have a YouTube channel, who want to have views, who want to have subscribers, who want to have people, and that's cool, and that's a worthy goal, and that's something worth working up to. But I'm telling you, it's going to take you time. I had someone argue with me because they didn't understand how YouTube works. It's like, well, you could do it 2 years, you could do it in 3 years. All of the channels that I've seen with long-term success, go back to day one, they wasn't doing that well. Gary Vee put out a video just yesterday talking about his first 18 months. Not that many people were watching Wine Library. He was actually losing money with his regular business to do Wine Library, which he believed in so much. I totally feel that. I totally feel that. And you have this thing of people coming online, flashing money, they got the nice car, they got the nice house, they're telling you about the system where you don't have to work that hard. Well, the brother that you never had, me, is telling you, you will have to work that hard. You may have to work harder than you ever worked in your life, but hard work by itself won't get it done. Hard work is just one piece of the recipe. The other piece of the recipe, which is more important, way more important, tremendously more important, over the top more important, which I'll tell you about in a minute. For those of you, today is October 14th. You got a little bit over 3 weeks to take advantage of the hustlerskungfu.com special. This is what's going down this month. The 50 Laws of Hustling, pre-sale. Nothing's there, something's coming. Local app Hustle, that's coming today. We will start on that today. So there's a lot of things that are going down in this wonderful world. A lot. So we've got that. Then How to Never Be Broke Again. That's a special class that's coming up this month. Once again, pre-sale. And the Large Physical Product Hustle. Once again, pre-sale. What does pre-sale mean? There's nothing there. That's why it's so cheap. So you can go ahead and get in, or take advantage of one of the specials, or take advantage of the Big Daddy special and get all of this. Wait a minute. Hold on. There's some more. And this, yeah, I've changed some of the artwork. I'm going to change some more to make it more congruent. And all of this and whatever else is coming. So just to let you know, I'll go a little bit more in detail in a moment. Okay. Execution is more important than hard work. Now, when you execution and the hard work together, you get some crazy results. I can tell you, once again, going back to the summer of July 2009, I was working hard, but I was executing harder. I was executing like a machine gun, execution all over the place. And some of that execution just fell flat, didn't work. Y'all laughed, people made jokes, people pointed like, oh, you're fucking up. But I kept executing, and I execute so much that some people can't keep up. Well, Glendon keep putting out all these scores. Glendon keep putting up all these videos. Why don't he just slow down? Translation, slow down so I can keep my janky ass up, because this is moving too fast. Well, see, I move fast because the world moves fast. Techniques, tactics, and things that I were doing here 2 years ago, they don't work so well anymore. So why am I going to sit and just go like, well, we're just going to keep doing it this way because that's what some people who are uninitiated, who have no business experience, who've never had a business, but they want to tell you. It's like these guys that marry a girl and all of a sudden she becomes CEO and she's so smart. It's like, okay, the business was put together, the money was coming in, and then you trained her. Hello. I see that stuff. And once again, I'm like, if I got married, I would do the same thing for my wife. I'm not saying that's wrong. It's just stop telling people that this person did all this stuff without the real story of this thing was put together and she got plugged in. If someone gave you $1 billion cash and then someone mentored you on the one, it would be hard for you to lose. It would be very hard for you to lose. It's like, okay, you got $1 billion. This is what we're going to do. We're going to put 950 million over here. And we're going to take this 50 million and we're going to blow it and experiment. And we're just going to let you fuck up. Then you fuck up to 50 million and you learn all these lessons. Now you can really execute on the other 950 million. It is hard to lose when you come into a situation like that. And that's one of the problems. Many people are listening to the stories of folks who came into those situations like that. When I had Aaron Marino on here, when he was talking about his struggles, I knew he was legit. I knew he was authentic, because when you go through the struggle, it leaves clues. And you meet other people who've been through the struggle. They're like, I see you because I recognize what I went through in you. We're boys, we're girls, we can communicate. We like right here. But when you get this story, like I forget the name of the mutual fund, but her father started it and he left it to her. And, you know, she's on the billionaire list, but she got it. It's wonderful, but she didn't build it. You can't get how to build stories from people who inherited things or had nepotism. They can't help you with that. They don't know about the building process. That's one of the reasons I like Grant Cardone. He came from nothing and he built himself up. That's the reason a lot of people can't stand his ass, because Grant's like, no, player, it's not going to work. That's no. You're not working hard enough. You need to get out there and get your ass in gear. And people are like, oh, no. I just want to get what I want, not work that hard, not put forth that much effort, but I want it because my mama told me I was cute. My daddy said it was special, which is true in their eyes, but the rest of the world doesn't give a fuck about you unless you provide value to the world. I don't care how cute you are. I don't care how nice you are. Until you provide value to the world, no one gives a fuck about you other than your family, and maybe some of them don't like your ass. That's the reality. You got to provide value. How do you get to value? Hard work and execution. Now, this is the thing. In the beginning, when you're working really hard, it's probably not going to go the way that you want. The trick is not to become demoralized to the point that you cannot continue to execute. This year, I've had a lot of failures with putting out products and stuff. And I test, and I'm going to tell you why I test and execute so much. By really pushing myself and pushing the business, I will learn more in a month than if I was doing, quote, the traditional, the safe, the uninitiated way of building a business. I know some of the biggest companies around got built by mistakes. It was an accident, their main product. The other day, I was going to go with Disruptive Ronin, but then I put out, and let me just tell you, $25 hustle was just from a conversation and an email. I was like, let me just put this out, right? I put that email out, went to the gym, came back 2.5 hours later and had 35 sales. And I was like, oh, this is going to work. So I did more and I added more stuff to it. Once again, if I wasn't executing and pushing and trying and, and just going out there, just pushing and execute, I wouldn't have found that out until maybe later. Maybe it was the season for the $25 hustle. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But the thing is, because I was executing and working hard, I found that little gem. It's a gem. A lot of people like it. They love the course. One dude was like, damn, I'm 5 minutes in. And what I learned in these first 5 minutes was worth it was $25. And it was live webinar, and there will be more stuff coming. But my whole point is, if it wasn't working hard and I wasn't executing, I would not know these things. And that's why when you're building a business, when you're trying to build something, you're going to have to work hard. And, you get these notions that, let's just, I'm going to go here with the immigrant, the gender, the race thing. Okay. And this is something I learned a long time ago. So what if someone else has it easier? So what? How does that fucking help you? If you are investing a large percentage of your time and effort bitching and moaning at what someone else got, maybe they did get it unfairly. Maybe there was an unfair advantage. Maybe the whole process was totally 100% fucked up. How is talking about it, bitching and whining about it going to improve your current situation? Please tell me. I want to know how. How is it going to fix it? It's not. But I've seen people, especially here on this channel, whenever I put up something with a social narrative, just like a dog, when the mailman comes, just all over the place, right? Then I put up something about business processes. I have nothing to say. So the shit that doesn't put money in your pocket, you're all over. But the shit that will put money in your pocket, you have nothing to say. Think about that. I've gone through it. I used to be all on the fuckery parade. I had my fuckery flag waving it. I was all up in it. And it's something you have to work hard against, because I have really worked on myself with Facebook, because there's so many seductive, shiny fuckery objects every day. You could spend hours in the fuckery parade every day. And I realized the fuckery parade never put any money in my pocket. Never. Not a dime. Not even a hay penny. Research it. Nothing. So it slowly backed down. I still participate in because fuckery is fun. It's real. It's fun. It's good. But I realized that I could not continue to participate in the fuckery parade as long as I was and expected my life to be better. I couldn't do it. It was just a waste of time. It was a waste of energy. It was just not the thing to do. And I learned that lesson. And hopefully you'll learn that lesson too, because what you focus on, what you concentrate on, what you build upon will become your reality. What you daydream about will become your reality. So if you're always, it's just injustice and it's just unfair and, they got lucky, or they got special money, or they got this and they got this, and you dwell on it and you think about it, that will become your reality. When I put up the video about fuck the 1%, I don't think about them. I researched some of them from their business practices, but sitting around going, it's really unfair that they got all that money. I studied the process on how they got that money. I feel that is way more effective than being pissed off they got the money. And some of the things that I've learned going back to Dell and their business process and just-in-time manufacturing. I learned so much from just researching how they ran their business. I used to read about it all the time. When you look at certain things, success leaves clues. So if you're focusing on, they got all that money and I'm broke and it ain't right. It ain't right. They need to redistribute some of that money to me. I haven't earned it, but fuck it. You're going to be in a world of hurt, because see, we're on the precipice of this big thing. And I was talking to it with a friend. There are many people who are still fighting the race war and completely ignoring the class war. People of all colors, ethnicities, backgrounds, religious beliefs like to hang out. Rich black folks, rich white folks, rich Jews, rich Arabs, they get along just fine. I've been in events and I've seen it. Ain't nobody talking about, Habib, fuck you and your rolls. No, it's like, Habib, you got that rolls? Really? Did you get on special order? Well, I'm thinking about, it's a whole different conversation. It's a whole different conversation. They're not like doing that stuff that people in the lower caste system are fighting out these wars. Really, they're just puppets, just characters in this grand play, because the real war is class, and I've seen it, and it's going to continue to grow. And there are many people who are stuck on this, well, I'm poor and I'm black and I can't do shit. No, it's because you don't want to work that hard. And once again, I will acknowledge there are barriers that were there. But one of the reasons I'm going with Intellectual Property Dojo is anybody, black, white, purple, green, male, female, lesbian, not lesbian, homosexual, not homosexual, whatever, can come online, sell a product, a service, or themselves, their personality, and be successful without a gatekeeper. No agents required, none of this stuff, and be just successful. It's wide open, and we're just in the beginning, because even when people are like, oh, there's competition. Oh, no. There's no competition yet. I know you're going like, whoa, there's no competition yet. In comparison to what's coming, we're going to have another economic meltdown. It's coming. We're going to have more people displaced economically, and we're going to have a bunch of people with college degrees, undergrad, masters, some with doctorates who will not be able to find a job with their skill sets. People are going to be forced to become introspective, and then they're going to go, their internet looking good. And all of a sudden, they're coming, because what I do with hustlerskungfu.com, the Hustlers Mindset Project.com, these are online learning platforms. That is so wide open right now. It's because it's complicated. Like the old Facebook thing, it's complicated. I love the fact that it's complicated, because that keeps the lazy, weak, mild, meek-mannered people out, because they're like, whoa, I gotta work? Nah. You can have that, Glendon. You can have that. I'm just going to keep talking about you and keep doing what I'm doing that does not give me enough money so I can keep hating on you. And to all my haters, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, because the more haters that I have, that means the more successful I am. Proportionally, this seems to work that way, because I didn't really have that many haters in the beginning. I wasn't making that much money. And then when things turned, I started getting all these haters. So haters, thank you. Welcome. Leave your fucked up comments. Talk about me in forums. Talk about me when I'm fucking my girl, when you should be asleep so you can get up on your hustle. Talk about me. Keep my name at the top of your dome. Keep putting out the comments about me on Facebook. Keep putting the comments about me on YouTube. Knock yourself out, because the more that you concentrate on me, the less competition I have out here. Because if you would work and you would focus, you'd be more successful. So thank you. Appreciate each and every one of your janky little asses. Hey, I don't have any juice, but if I had some haterade juice, I would just serve it up to you, and you can have it. Because this is one of the things I learned. I used to be a hater. I was narrow-minded. I was stupid. And I spent a great deal of time thinking about things that did not make me happy, did not keep me free, did not make me money. I dwelled upon bullshit. So when I see you as a hater, I know, because I used to be one. I know the mindset. And it's fucked up, because you can turn a switch and not become a hater and become a relator and start looking. I'll give you an example. Laura Roeder, I believe, years ago, she had this thing that was called Backstage Pass to Twitter. She was talking to someone in an interview, and they had made $30,000 in one night through their internet funnel. And I was like, really? And at that point, the little hate dude was over here, and then the little relator dude was over here. The little relator dude went around the shoulders, like, got rid of the hate dude. And I started listening to everything she had, listening to every podcast, reading her blog, and I learned so much. You will learn more when you become a relator versus a hater, but that comes part of hard work, execution, and learning. But if you continue to just be, I'm mad because I'm not where I want to be, examine yourself, audit yourself. Gary Vee, go check out the video. He put it up yesterday. When someone asked him about how would he feel if Lizzie is his wife, was more successful than him, and he gave one of the rawest and honest answers I've ever heard. He said, it would fuck with me. He said, I probably subconsciously try to undermine everything she does. Now, this kind of goes back to something that I was talking about, and I put this article out and I shared it with several female entrepreneurs. Okay, here's the deal. The power couple thing is nice and wonderful. Wonderful. If you get it and you can make it work, fine. The reality is, like, there's one steering wheel in a car. There's going to be one person who's going to drive the relationship. It's going to be one person shining. Both folks are not going to shine. And if you look at the long-term marriages in Hollywood and sports, you rarely see the wife. You don't even hear about her. You can't even find pictures about her on the internet, because she's at home being a wife. She's not she's the CEO of the household. She's doing what the dude wanted. And Gary went ahead and said, I married her for a certain reason, because I wanted a certain kind of wife. And I think a lot of people totally miss that, because Inc. put out this article years ago that if you're an entrepreneur, and this is out for the lady entrepreneurs, you need to get with someone less ambitious. I know you're like, I want to get with someone just as ambitious as me. And this is what's going to happen. Clash of the Titans, because power is seductive and it's just like, and everybody wants it. And you go ahead and you marry that person who's inappropriate for your desires and your climb, it's going to catch up with you. How do I know? I married someone like that. Speaking frankly, my ex-wife thought she was smarter than me, and to some degree she was. However, what's the topic here? Hard work and execution. Fail flat. Was talking to my daughter about it just yesterday. She can't execute, can't work hard for long periods of time. Smart as she want to be, just can't do it. And that's why at this advanced age, she's not doing that well financially. And see, this is something else too. For those of you who are in the fuckery parade and the hate parade, time is a finite quantitative thing. So if you spend 10, 15, 20 years being a hater, you have underutilized some of the best years of your life that could have been making you money. You can fuck up a lot, but if you continue to execute, you will execute your way out of the fuck up. But if you fuck up and do nothing, then you're fucked. So it's not about, there's a lot of people here on YouTube. They're smarter than me. They cannot execute me. I'm moving out of the resale thing. But in terms of views, because, I heard someone's like, other people have more views than Glendon. I'm like, really? Because I did the research and not a one of them in terms of overall volume, don't have the views, nor monthly views. Go to socialblade.com. Don't believe me? Do the work. Execute. Put in whoever you want. Go to Social Blade. You have to go to their about page to get the username that's going to work in the dashboard. Go to their about page. Put it in there. You'll see their charts. You'll see the stat. Then put my stuff in there. And there's not one of them, even the ones who hate my ass the most, or even close. Monthly views? Nope. Or overall views? Nope. So when I see statements like that, it lets me know that people believe what they want to believe, because men lie, women lie, numbers, they don't lie. Because this is something I do. This is my job. I'm a YouTuber. I'm a full-time This is my job. I need to know this stuff. It just kind of cracks me up. But once again, hard work and execution. There are many people who get a notion and they take it that far. But they really, to execute properly, need to take it that far. So if you're doing half-ass work, why are you surprised you're getting half-ass results? That's the reality. I mean, it's going to take you time to build your internet company. You're looking at, like I said, 18 months to 36 months. It won't be pretty, won't be lovely, but if you continue to execute and execute and execute, you'll win one day. I can't tell you when, but you'll win. And don't get mired down in politics, race, fuckery, internet wars. I've done it before. It takes the bloom off your rose. It slows you down, because what they want to do is suck you into their vortex of mediocrity and misery and hate. They want you there too, because they're unhappy and they want company. And that's why they're attacking you, because I'm not the only one that gets attacked. Truth be told, there are other people who are getting attacked way more than me. And I sit back and I'm like, you thought that motherfucker was your friend when they were after me. Pretty interesting now how things have changed. But you got to focus and just go ahead and work hard. And when I say work hard, that's research, that's execution, that's learning from your mistakes. There's a lot into that whole statement of working hard. Deadlines, timetables, formulas, systems. There's so much that goes into it, but it's something you can do if you're willing to put in the work. It's out there. It's available to you. You can make it happen. You can build it. All right. So for those of you who are still here, this is what's going on. Let me go back to, let's come out of there. Let's go back to the beginning. And I'm going to break down some of this stuff for those of you who are curious. The 50 Laws of Hustling is something I started before, but didn't go forward with it. and I'm going to do it as a course. It's going to be very, very interesting. Local app hustle. When I was doing the Uber thing, because that's going to be one of the first courses, I learned that we live in a world right now where someone can create an app and literally create lead generation for this huge technical workforce and just make a shitload of money. I've helped people with, I've got 4 favorite apps, and I've turned on a lot of people, and I know of people who have replaced all of their income with app income. So if you're hustling and you got your ideal, or there's some you want to work on, but let's just be real, you need money to live on. You got to pay the power bill, you got to pay your car insurance, your cell phone. So money's got to be coming in while you're working on your major money deal. So that's what local app hustle is. It's going to start at 3 p.m. today. And then you've got how to never be broke again. This is a philosophy course because there's a few things you can do to set yourself up where you always have money. And it's mental. It is mental. It's not how much money you make. It's not even about how hard you hustle, because there's some people out there who hustle hard. They're making 6 figures a month and are broke as a joke because they don't know how to manage money. Then the large physical product hustle. Everyone's talking about smalls and getting this stuff. And I made a lot of money moving big things, from furniture, washer and dryers, houses, cars, all kinds of stuff. And I'm going to give you the format and the process on how to find the stuff, how to sell it, how to store it, these kind of things, and how to present it. So that's what this is. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 courses that are dropping this month. And I haven't put any dates on them because it's estimated, because I'm going to do this one first. And then when this one's done, I'm going to pick one of these other 3 and jump on it. And this one's going to go a little slower because this is like a philosophy course. And, if that doesn't float your boat, $25 hustle, a lot of people love that. It's now $49. Yeah, you can buy any one of these courses and get started today. The mindset course has blown many folks' minds. The granddaddy, 30 days to 2,500, the original business building course. Local hustles, the Craigslist marketing course, becoming the boss. You can buy them all individually. And this is a motherfucker. This one changes people's lives. If you need help with this is there. Disruptive Maiden, a lot of dudes love this. 30 days to 2,500 fast start. It's a streamlined version of 30 days to 2,500, and it's more geared toward physical products, but it doesn't get into it like I will with the physical product course. So a lot of stuff going down. And if you want to get in, and this is the best deal, and this goes on until November 6th, is the Hustler Kung Fu payment plan. I'm going to pop in there. Essentially, you got some options. You can go ahead and pay the $450, be done. That's no payment plan. Or you can put $250 down, number of payments 4, $350 down. Essentially, the longer it takes to pay off the course, the more money you pay. Or you can do $150 down and 4 equal payments of $150. Well, actually, I broke this down. It's $150. Then the second week's $100. Then after that, the third week is $85. And the last week of the fourth week is $150. So there's a lot of options. The faster you pay, the less money you pay. The longer it takes to pay, the more money you pay. That's the principle that I work on, and that's the way the rest of the world works. So if you want to do this, all the links to all of this stuff is below the video. And with that, I will see you in the next session. Essentially, there's some confusion about my consulting services, and I thought I would make a short video to give you an idea of what's going on. Business consulting, business coaching, what I can do for you and you and you and you. Because many people are coming in and they have some expectations that I messed up and put those expectations in your head. So I'm going to reach in your head and rattle it around and pull them out and just throw them away like they're gone. Number one, I'm not doing any eBay consulting. I don't know. People keep saying, hey, I hate fucking eBay, okay? I fucking hate eBay. eBay. Why would I consult? Why would I even? No, it makes no sense. Amazon consulting. No, I don't do Amazon consulting. There's tons of people who do eBay coaching, Amazon coaching. I'm not one of them. I'm the guy that believes in having your own website. I'm the guy that believes in creating and using internet assets to build your stuff, not using someone else's, because I think even in the beginning, they're very good and they make you money, but at some point, they bite you in the ass. So at some point, if you're going to do this thing, you must have your own internet properties. At some point, you have to have it. So why not do that first? And if you still feel the urge, that little scratch to go do the third party platform, do it. But work on your own stuff. So just get that clear. I don't fuck with eBay. I don't mess around with Amazon. And what do? I am a strategist. I am a growth person. I do business development. Strategy, why are we doing what we're doing? And create a roadmap to get you from point A to point B. Because many people are so in their business that they can't see their business. It's like, I can't see the inside of this shirt because I got it on. It's kind of like where many of you are with your business. You're so invested in it and you're so close to it, you can't see it because you're in it. So with me, I'm like, okay, that's going on. Hold on, oh yeah, you got that going on in there too. So that's where the strategy comes from, because many small business owners have me syndrome. I can figure it out. I'm the smartest person. No, you can't figure it out. If I didn't come across Earl Nightingale's Lead the Field, Tony Robbins, Tommy Hopkins, there were so many mentors that I picked up along the way because I couldn't figure it out. And there were many of you who's like, I'm going to figure it out. And what you're going to run into is an information ceiling. The information that you have is only going to get you here. And that's it. You're not going any further. You're not building any further because it's just you. I want you to think about something. And I've said this and no one has mentioned it in the comments since I've been doing YouTube. I started in the storage auction business with a partner from day one. It was never just me. There's always been additional elements to my business success. I had a partner. I had a very good partner who was an accountant. Okay, let's talk about that. So the business was properly structured, account set up, banking from day one. That's one of the reasons that I was able to beat the Clampetts and these other people, because we had proper business protocols from day one. It makes a huge difference, which means if you're just thinking you can do it by yourself, and there's some of you who are brilliant and you'll get it done by yourself, but the truth of the matter is most of you will not. That's reality. Not hating, just stating. So growth. You got a business that's going on, but there's this disconnect between the internet and certain people. Because I've said this before, you'll see someone, they're doing really great out there in the real world, but they can't really get it on the internet because the internet is a separate business, as I talked about in another video. Actually, that video is in Hustle University. Sorry about that. It's a different animal. It's different. It's like different section of the matrix with its own rules and regulations. So seriously, if you have a physical business and you have an internet business, you have two businesses. You don't have one. You have two. And if you treat them as two distinct businesses, you're going to get more traction. So business development. What are we going to do? What can we do? There's many times you want to start a business, and once you start getting feedback from the world, it will lead you to start another business or another service or another product. Many people get scared and they'll be like, I'm going to do what I want to do because it's a dream. Versus taking the feedback, they ignore it and they crash and they just go boom. So I'm the guy that's like your guide, your shogun. I just show you the way. I can help you build up so many things. Now, this is something you really need to do before you contact me, because many people, and that's why I'm doing this video, ask yourself, what kind of life do you want? Now, this is going to sound offensive, but if you are more concerned with creating some business processes to get some money and forget the whole lifestyle planning, I don't want to work with you. And this is why. Because you'll build up that business, and because you neglected the lifestyle planning, you're going to end up in the same place you were today emotionally. Even your business might be humming along, you might be making money, and just to put a dark moment on that, sometimes when people are fantastically wealthy from a fiscal standpoint, but their soul has poverty, their spirit is bankrupt, sometimes these people kill themselves with millions of dollars in the bank. Just to let you know, that shit doesn't mean anything when your total life isn't together. So if you don't want to work on the lifestyle planning, because that's something I require, like what kind of life do you want? How do you want to live? What kind of hours you work? And people are like, well, I don't want that. I just want, give me the stuff to make some money and then shut the fuck up and get on. I don't want to work with you. If that's your thing, there's plenty of people out there. There's plenty of business consultants. Go find one, because I'm going to put you through that process. And it's a good process because I put myself through the process, and that's the reason I don't have to deal with traffic. That's the reason I get to work at home. That's the reason in the middle of the day I go work out in the gym, because I don't have to deal with certain things, because it was all part of a plan, a lifestyle plan. I don't want to drive. I don't want to commute. So I created a business to serve those needs. Now, why is that important? Brings your stress level from. I get in traffic. I don't get road rage, because I'm not exposed to that. I'm not exposed to that all the time. So that's very, very important. Less stress, less wear and tear on your spirit and body. You can't replace this. It renews itself, but the less stress you put on it, and there's good stress and there's bad stress, but the less bad stress you put on it, the longer, the healthier you are. To me, that's incredibly important. Maybe not to you, but to me, it's incredibly important. So, lifestyle planning. So, another part of this is, where do you want to go? What kind of business? where do you want to go? What are you doing? Do you want to save whale? What? What is your thing? What do you want to do? Because there are many people who's just like what I call a get money hustler. I just want to make some money because I have an immediate financial need and I need to solve that problem. Now, I don't want to work with you. Number one, you're broke. Just straight up, you're broke. You don't have any money to pay me, and you will work the shit out of me with no money. I did it a few times just to be charitable, and it was one of the worst experiences, because when you are not only fiscally broke, your spirit may be broke. Money comes and goes, but it's hard to fix a broken spirit. It may never be fixed. I don't have those kind of powers. So you need to come to me with some kind of intact stuff, some things that you're working on. So I can't do that. I just can't do that. It is just crazy. Now, how much money do you want to make? I ask people this all the time, and I get the the owl look. The standard answer is as much as possible. That's a bullshit answer. It's very hard to quantify as much as possible. That gets you nowhere. Today $30 will be as much as possible, and then your mind's like, okay, that's as much as possible, and then that's where you are. You need to have a number. You gotta have a number. The number helps you tremendously. It forces you to focus. Forces you to look at things from a critical standpoint. I want to make as much money as possible. Oh, I just hope to be happy. Oh, I hope to eat. Oh, I hope to have gas in my car. You go nowhere with that. Nowhere. So, know where you're going, have a number, and we'll just start from there. And also, let's talk about the process. It takes me time to figure out who you are, where you want to be. And that's part of the process, because a lot of people email me and they want to talk, and I'll see the email and I can just tell from that first email that this is a 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 12, 20-hour deal. If your life is fucked up, and it's been fucked up for a while, it's not going to become unfucked in an hour. It's not happening. So you got to invest in yourself. If you don't want to invest in yourself, that's fine. But don't expect me to invest in you when you don't want to invest in you. And that's what a lot of people do. It's like, hey, let's go to lunch. No, we need to do something. We need to make some stuff happen. And one of the beauties of having a lifestyle plan, I'm very blunt. I use profanity. I've been called unfucking professional, and I am unfucking professional. I have no desire to be fucking professional. I have a great desire to be me. And this is me. This is what you get. You meet me in the street. This is how I'm going to be. When business deals, I'm going to tell you the truth, and I'm going to help you make more money. I'm going to help you have a better life. There's benefit because I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass. Because if you're paying me, I'm going to tell you about yourself, and we're going to do the things to make your business good, which is another part. You need to have a business. You need to have a business. If you don't have a business, we are into business development planning, which takes hours. I cannot talk to you for 10 hours and get just a lunch. It's emotionally depleting because I want you to be successful. I'm rooting for you. I'm like, I got pom poms. I'm cheering for you. And that's a long commitment. So, with that, how do I get paid? Per hour, per project, if you have a project. And this is once again where you need to tell me what you're trying to do. Because there are many people who's like, hey, I want to do this. And they'll give me what I call topical stuff. And only after the money's paid and the clock is really ticking that they start telling me the truth. They'll tell me what they think. It's like, well, hey, this is. I have had people that I didn't really find out the secret thing from them until the third conversation because it's like this. It's like I put on my hat and I'm in the mind and I'm looking for stuff. Okay. Oh, you do this? Well, let's do this and this and this. I have to find this stuff out to help you, and many people are not used to being freaking honest with themselves. It's just like, well, I want honest with that. Everything else is just hooty hoo. So that's part of the process. So you gotta know. So get paid per hour, per project. And if you have a real business with real books and numbers, that means you have your accounts already set up. Or if I have to do it, I'll do an equity split. So say I improve your business X amount, then I get X amount with a monthly retainer. Because there are many people who's like, hey, let's do the equity thing. Then I'll work for a whole month. And this happened. I actually did this for someone, worked for a whole month. And they didn't want to pay me. And it wasn't because I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I did it too well. Because when her husband saw how much more money, he had a problem. He's like, well, was it really worth that? I mean, we'll just throw you maybe, this is what the guy said to me. He said, $800. It was a $20,000 differential. And he was like, well, yeah, that's worth about $800. And I just pulled up my contract and said, well, if I go to court, I'm going to get all 20. And then I got paid what they were supposed to pay me. So that whole thing is, and that's when, and once again, in my business, I have learned that I must set expectations. So if we do something equity, it's going to be a contract. You need to get an attorney. You need to look at this stuff. And it'll be a simple contract. But that's the deal. If you want to do equity, there will be some money up front. Plus, there'll be a monthly retainer plus the equity per month. I go per month because when I was doing per quarter, that got a little dicey. So those are the three modes of how I get paid. Now, let's talk about life coaching. I get this all of the time. If you're on my email address, e-list, you see this. I'll send out something and there's people who want life coaching and they want to be guinea pigs and all this other stuff, but they don't want to pay for it. I don't have to give away stuff for free anymore. 2009, yes. 2010, a little bit. I don't have to do that anymore. And I'm not. So if you want those services, fine. So, all right, as I always do, because if you stayed here this long, you're really interested and you're not fucking a pussy. Fucking doesn't really bother you. Actually, you're probably going to be fucking tonight because you're a winner. So this is the deal.